Hi everybody, and welcome to the Rainbow Workshop Cave. I've been asked several times of how I made my fan system in this airsoft cosplay helmet. So I decided to do a short video today to tell you how I did it. It doesn't look good, but there's reasons for it. As I said, this helmet is mainly, or the reason why I started using it is for airsoft. So it's made of higher quality plastic, and the visor is made from a grinder shield. So this one, I think it can take like 2 Yule impacts straight to the visor. And I've had several shots point blank on it, which never made more than a dent in the tinting. But anyway, as you understand, when you play airsoft, you run around and you pant and you yell, so it's easy for it to fog up on the inside. So pretty quickly I noticed that I need some kind of ventilation system here. And what I basically did was, very crudely, as you see, because the thought was that I was to do it temporarily, and when it worked, I would redo it properly. So yes, as you see, it's just fastened down with hot glue and tape and electrical tape. Problem being, well, problem in a good sense, that this solution actually worked that good that I haven't bothered to remake it yet. Don't fix what's not broken, and this isn't broken yet, so I'm not fixing it so far. Anyway, what we're looking at is basically just a normal radial fan. This is, I think this is a 75 millimeters, and this one should be a 45 or 50 millimeters. It's poised like this here, because I have the intake here. As you see, there's the little fan. Unfortunately, my metal grating that was covering it actually got shot off this weekend that I was playing, so I'm gonna do a new grating here. So here's the air intake, and it's hooked up in here. So I had to remove some material here to get the fan to sit there snugly, and onto that fan I funneled with a plastic pipe, which I bent in 90 degrees up there. I cut out a 90-degree, well, what's the name for it? I cut it anyway and bent it. Let's do it that way. So this one here, I cut the pipe in half and I laid it flat against here, so it's like a snorkel, but reverse snorkel. So it gets funneled up here and the airstream gets flowing over the visor. And that is powered by this potentiometer. Now, the version I have here and there is actually one not with wiring, but with a soldered on USB hub. So it's a USB plug instead here, but that doesn't matter how you decide to hook it together. You can do like this, the wiring, or you can do the USB version. I don't want to open the tape here for reasons, of course. But basically, that's how simple it is. You have the USB fan and the trailing cable over there. Hook that together, and then the power cord for this fan. I've traced, no, what's the name? Whatever. As you can hear, I'm sorely have a cold right now. So here's the power line going over down here and into this battery pocket, which for the moment has an X-Fog airsoft filter in it instead, because I'm trying that. But normally I have this USB plug going here, as you see there. So I just hook up a normal USB power bank back there, hook it up to the fan, turn the fan on, and I can vary it. So I have the from low to highest setting. Pretty basic, but it works and it looks good from the outside, except that I'm missing the cover here right now, but as I said, that's another thing. Hold on, I'm gonna hook it up to a USB power bank so I can show you the variation of fan strengths. Boom, there we go. So now I have it hooked up to the power bank, and as I said, normally I have that power bank in my helmet pouch here, but as I said, right now I'm experimenting with the X-Fog system instead. That's why I have these extra cables just taped on the outside, or pipes rather. So with that hooked up here, I'll show you. So you just I can have it like on low speed when I'm just walking the cons or waiting for a game. There's not much panting, breathing, so I just need a slow airspeed across the visor here. And when I start gaming or talking much, then I can increase the fan speed here, which I do believe you can hear in the fan noise. And yes, that little pitch, that whine, is bothering me, but I've learned to accept it right now. I do believe you can certainly find other radial fans which won't have this whine, probably, or hook it up in some other way, but that's how I've done it right now. I'm gonna see if I can get the pipe in. Hang on. Kind of hard to do with one hand here. There we go. So, as I said, this is the fan body, and I've spliced together with the pipe, which I just led up here, and here, as you see, here's the opening, and I took out material so I could bend this in a straight 90 degree, as you see here, which isn't absolutely optimal for airflow, but I haven't pinched any material here. This is jointed together. And the funnels air out onto the visor here, so that washes away the fog and the mist and the breath. And yes, this only does help my vision part down here. As you see, it's a bit more silty and dirty because this fan is not strong enough to clear down here, but that's not important because I only look through this part and down my nose, so rather literally I just look basically through this part. Anything down here isn't really a matter for me. So that was kind of a little bit longer video than I intended, but now you know how I built it. As I said, radial fan, potentiometer, and a power pack, and just add these together in the series that they're meant to be. There are other alternatives out there. There are cosplay fans, for example, ready-made, that you just smack into any helmet and add yet again a power bank to. But I made this myself. Yay, I'm so proud. a normal day at a cosplay convention, one power bank is enough for me, because I usually can run the fan on low power or medium power all day without it fogging up. At an airsoft game where I have to have the fan higher, I've had one pack last an entire day there too, sure, but I usually have 2 packs with me just to be sure, because sometimes I need to run the fan on highest all the time, and then it drains the battery quicker. But as I said, that noise, yes, it's audible from the outside, it's audible into you, but it's not next to your ear. That's something I don't want to. I don't want to have it by my ears, because then I'm really literally deaf. But this is down, as you see, by my cheek. So as soon as I've had it on for like just a minute or two, my brain just filters that sound out. So I'm not that worried about it. And yet again, there you go. Have a great one. This is the way.